The iPhone 17 Pro Max is almost here, and let me just say this. Apple might finally be giving us the battery life of our dreams, the cameras of Hollywood, and wait for it, a cooling system so your phone doesn't roast marshmallows in your pocket. But before you go pre-ordering with your rent money, here's the twist. They're also ditching something we thought was pro forever. Yeah, this iPhone is about to be the most love it or hate it upgrade in years. And today I'm breaking down every single leak and rumor that's about to make Apple fans scream, cry, and maybe even switch to Android. Just kidding. No one does that. Now, the first thing we've got to talk about is the design, because this is the part everyone notices first. And oh boy, Apple has been busy. The iPhone 17 Pro Max's camera bump isn't really a bump anymore. No, it's like a full-on forehead vein stretching across the entire top of the phone. It looks like the phone just did leg day and forgot to hydrate. Some people are calling it ugly, others are saying it looks futuristic. But here's the tea, that massive bar is hiding a serious camera upgrade, and Apple might have finally cracked the code for zoom photography that doesn't look like it was taken on a potato from 2006. But hold that thought, because we'll get to the telephoto beast in just a second. Question for you guys, do you think this redesign is Apple's best move in years, or their worst mistake since the butterfly keyboard? Let me know in the comments. I need the popcorn for this debate. Now here's the shocker. Remember how Apple hyped up titanium last year like it was forged in the fires of Mount Doom? Yeah, well, apparently the iPhone 17 Pro Max is ditching titanium and going back to aluminum. That's right, the most expensive iPhone might be made from the same stuff as your soda can. On one hand, aluminum is lighter, which could mean this giant slab won't feel like carrying a brick in your pocket. On the other hand, Apple literally had ads bragging about titanium strength, and now they're like, nah, we're good. Is this a downgrade or a clever play to make the phone easier to hold? Only Apple knows, but here's the twist. The material swap might have less to do with durability and more to do with heat management for that vapor cooling system we'll get to later. Okay, back to the camera bar, because this is the real headline feature. Rumors say the iPhone 17 Pro Max will rock a 48 megapixel telephoto sensor. That's right, Apple's finally putting the Pro in Pro Max. We're talking up to 8 times optical zoom, which means you can actually spy on your neighbor's BBQ grill without leaving your balcony. Creepy? Maybe. Useful? Absolutely. Imagine being at a concert and actually seeing the performer's face instead of just watching a dot jump around the stage. That's the power of this new telephoto, and the camera bump design suddenly makes sense. But Apple's not stopping there. The antennas are moving around the phone and wrapping around that new camera bar like it's getting a belt upgrade. Why? Maybe to improve signal strength, maybe to boost battery efficiency, or maybe just because Tim Cook thought it looked cool in renders. Either way, Apple's clearly playing with the back layout, and I wouldn't be surprised if this also helps with the rumored satellite features they've been teasing. Let's talk colors, because Apple knows we'll all pretend we care about specs, but end up obsessing over which shade matches our outfit. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is bringing back yet another blue. Shocking, I know, but this year they're also adding a bold orange. Yes, Apple is about to give us a phone that looks like a pumpkin spice latte. Between that and the usual black, white, and gray, the Pro Max lineup is starting to feel more like Skittles than smartphones. So here's my question. Would you rock an orange iPhone, or is that just asking for clown energy? Now the front camera. Finally, Apple is giving us something new. We're going from a 12 megapixel selfie cam to a glorious 24 megapixels. Translation, FaceTime calls that don't make you look like you're broadcasting from a potato. Low light selfies that don't turn your skin tone into a crime scene. Honestly, this is the upgrade influencers have been begging for, and Apple is about to make Instagram filters even more useless than they already are. But the display is also getting a serious glow up. Apple might bring that nano-texture glass, yep, the fancy matte finish from the iPad Pro and MacBook Pro straight to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. That means no more blinding reflections when you're trying to check texts at the beach or when your boss catches you scrolling TikTok under fluorescent lights. Imagine actually seeing your phone screen instead of your own sweaty forehead staring back at you. Game changer. And if you're into video, buckle up because Apple might be dropping a dedicated Pro Video app. We're talking dual recording from the front and back cameras at the same time, perfect for reaction videos, vlogs, or catching your friend's shocked face when you tell them you spent $1,500 on a phone. And did I mention 8K video recording might be included? Yeah, storage is about to cry, but YouTubers are going to throw a party. Of course, none of this matters if your phone dies by lunchtime. Thankfully, Apple might finally fix that. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is rumored to pack a 5,000 milliampere battery, the biggest ever in an iPhone. Paired with the new A19 Pro chip and 12 gigs of RAM, this thing could last through doom scrolling, TikTok binges, and Netflix marathons without begging for a charger. And honestly, that alone could sell the phone. But with great power comes great heat, and Apple knows these upgrades are going to make the iPhone hotter than a PS5 running Cyberpunk on launch day. So yes, they're finally adding a vapor cooling system. That means your iPhone 17 Pro Max won't feel like a toaster when you're recording in 8K or gaming with everything maxed out. Samsung's been doing this for years and Apple's finally catching up. So to wrap this up, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is shaping up to be one of the most interesting iPhones in years. We're talking new colors, a monster telephoto camera, a selfie cam that doesn't suck, a matte display, bigger battery life, and actual cooling. But we're also losing titanium, and the design is about to cause some serious fights on Reddit. The big question is, which upgrade actually matters to you? Are you hyped for the zoom, the battery, or that ridiculous orange flex? Drop your take in the comments because I guarantee this is going to get heated. And here's the kicker. This is just the iPhone 17 Pro Max leaks. In the next video, I'm diving into Apple's secret accessory that might change how we charge our iPhones forever. And you're going to want to see that before you drop $1.50 on this phone. So smash that like, hit subscribe, and get ready because Apple leak season has officially gone nuclear. Peace out.